Yo, what's up, everybody, man? Welcome to the new season of Twin Talk. Yes, we have a podcast here, second season of Twin Talk. Feel free to watch our playlist on YouTube for our first season. Wasn't very organized, but this season here, we are going to be organized. Now, I plan to drop an episode, at least one episode every week. I'm trying to get it whereas I can drop twice, and we will be talking about everything from NBA to WWE to the Little Mermaid to current events, what's going on in the world, so you can get my perspective. Twin, PKA Twin the Mogul. So good day to all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Twin Talk podcast.
Talk that shit, twin.
Today we will be discussing the Morant situation. We will be discussing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship being mishandled and Baron Corbin finally getting pushed, and a variety of other things as well. But we're about to get into this, you guys. But before we do, please feel free to hit that like button in any time of the video and or the audio if I decide to upload this on SoundCloud and then later on maybe Spotify, Apple Music, and everything like that. And also be sure to subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube right now. And if you see a TikTok reel or you see anything like that, hit the follow button, leave a comment, engage with your boy. All right, subscribe wherever you may be hearing this voice. All right, now first off, you guys, I don't even want to get too much into depth with this Morant situation because they haven't said too much about the Morant situation as of May 31st. You get what I'm saying? As of May 31st, June 1st, however you want to look at it. Morant sneakers were removed from the Nike website and apps, and that source is TMZ. I was going to pull up the website and everything, and I was going to talk to you guys about that. But yet, a few days later, because mind you, I already had this on mind. I was planning on doing this, but a lot of things happened in the WWE, and I wanted to be as current as possible, right? But as far as this Morant situation goes, his shoe was released not a week later after Nike removed the shoes from their website and their apps. So I don't know what's going on there. You may not know either, but I mean, we can get a guess or a gander, you know. And the shoe actually sells out. Nike wants that money. That's the guess. That's the educated guess or the hypotheses in which you and I both came to. Like, no, they want that. At the end of the day, they want that money. You understand what I'm saying? They want that money. And the NBA hasn't made a decision. You want to know why they haven't made a decision? They have not made a decision because the NBA finals are going on right now. Right at the time that this was going on, I believe it was Boston and Miami, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it actually started with the Lakers and Denver, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think it was around that time when everybody's seen the video by now, right? I don't think they want to bring attention to that Morant situation, because it'll take eyes and attention off of the NBA Finals, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people voting for Joker to get his first ring. I hope he do. A lot of people want Jimmy Butler to get it, and Jimmy Butler damn sure deserve it, right? He deserve it. But Joker, I mean, he's held it down. What is this? The third year they've been in the playoffs. Now they made it to the the championship. Like, I think Joker and them boys actually deserves that ring. Not to take anything away from Jimmy Butler, but I am a Chicago Bulls fan. Die hard, see red. That's been since day one. He was a Bull once upon a time, so I got love for Jimmy, but he's not a Bull anymore. And once the Chicago Bulls get put out of can't really say football, but once the Chicago Bulls, the greatest franchise ever, get put out of the playoffs, or we don't make it to the playoffs, I don't care about any team in the NBA, let alone any team in the East. So I tell everybody, like, as soon as my team is eliminated or we do not make it, I'm rooting for the West. You get me? It was so easy for me to enjoy the finals when LeBron was going against the Warriors and such, because I was rooting for the Warriors. You get what I'm saying? I was hoping the Warriors, and they're exciting to see, like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson and them boys. It was exciting to see, right? But if my team isn't there, and I'm one of a kind, and now that's why I'm dropping the podcast now. I'm talking the way I am, because you guys may be the same way. If my team's not in there, I don't care. I don't care. And I'm going to go for the opposite side, right? Because the Chicago's not there. We're in the East. Miami is there. I'm not rooting for Miami to win at all. Like, I hope Jimmy do get his first title. Joker's going to win it. Denver. I believe it's going to be a sweep. But either or, excuse me, I believe that the NBA, which is just good business, we're not going to bring down whatever the verdict may be on Ja Morant just yet. Because if we do, it's going to put all the attention on that situation. We want all eyes. We want the money to still be on the NBA finals, right? It's just basic math. So as soon as the finals are done, oh yeah, we're going to find out what's going on with Ja Morant as far as the NBA goes. Now, excuse me, let's get into my personal opinion about it. You feel me? Ja Morant suffers from the 6ix9ine syndrome. If you are not a hip-hop fan, or you're not familiar with the rapper, quote-unquote, or the artist, quote-unquote, 6ix9ine, he was this good kid pretending to be this gangbanger, right? We're not about to get into a whole bunch of that. Long story short, he did some things. He got caught up, and then he snitched. He ratted. He told on everybody so he can get out, so he can taste his freedom. You get what I'm saying? So I believe Ja suffers from that same syndrome, like more so the wannabe gangster. You get what you want to be gangster. Now, excuse me, I grew up around gangsters. You understand? I'm related to gangsters. You get what I'm saying? I know what that is. I know what that life is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what it is as well. And you can clearly tell when somebody's pretending and trying to be something. Now, if you was really from that, you wouldn't even be looking back. You wouldn't be looking back. I'm not saying in the sense going back, helping your community. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you would not be looking back trying to hang with the thugs. No, if anything, and that's your homie, that's a thug that's on the block, he's your homie, you can go back, yo, look, man, come work security for me. You, if anything, that's how you moving, right? No, Ja, he suffers from the 6ix9ine syndrome, because I believe it was March, if you do not remember, he got into a similar incident with a gun, right? Excuse me, and he got warned, and I think he got suspended for like 8 games, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like a $500,000 fine, and then you come right back. I think it was a month after he got eliminated, or a couple of weeks after he got eliminated out the playoffs, and there's another video on, and he did the apology and all that. You know how they do, and you do the same thing. So I don't know. I know a lot of people wanna, and mind you, excuse me, I've been a legal guardian for my younger brothers ever since 2011 when we lost our mother, right? So I know all about unconditional love, and I know all about, if you want to say coddling or babying, I'm not fond of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a black man in America. If you're blind, and if you're hearing this and you don't know, the way I brought up my brothers, no one's gonna have sympathy for you. You get what I'm saying? No one. So be accountable, be responsible, walk and act like a man. You understand what I'm saying? So in the event where Ja Morant is making millions, feeding a lot of mouths, why are you on Instagram flashing a gun? Why? I know a guy right now that's still trying to make it into the NFL. Every day of his life, he got to be close to 30 now. Still pushing, and I hope he get that shot. Still pushing. There's guys out there on the court right now, as you're listening, as I'm talking, they're on the basketball court right now, in the gym right now, hoping, praying they can get a shot. Hoping. Here you are in the NBA, and you throwing it all away. You pissing it all away. And the reason why I brought my situation up as far as me raising my brothers and actually taking on that responsibility at the age of 21, my brothers was 8, is because when you gonna take responsibility? When you gonna take accountability? Yo, I'm fucking up. I'm messing up. Why am I on Instagram live? And then my homeboy, which is not your homeboy, he got you plastered all over the net, knowing you just got suspended the first time for these shenanigans. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear anything. Eminem had a great verse in a song a while back. I forget the name of the song, right? Don't try to convince us or persuade us that it's the music and why John Morant is moving the way he is. John Morant is, I forget how old he was. I should have looked it up. I think he's like 23, 25. I'm not sure. But he's a grown-ass man. You understand what I'm saying? My brothers at the age of 8 had to grow up. They lost their mother. You understand what I'm saying? So at the age of 8, 10, 11, 12, like, they know not to be on Instagram flexing no gun, even though they're from that. They're from that. Don't get it twisted. They're from that. So if they was on the internet flexing a gun, they know what the repercussions would be. They know what the consequences would be. Let alone if they both had multi-million-dollar NBA deals. They're not even thinking about flashing a firearm on Instagram just to give that illusion that, oh, you're this tough guy, you're this. I'm not saying that he won't bust his gun, but it's an old saying. No one should know you have a gun unless you're ready to use it. Don't pull it unless you're ready to use it. That's OG shit. That's G code shit. You understand what I'm saying? So just to go ahead and get ready to get up off this subject, because I don't even want to beat a dead horse. But like, I have no remorse. I'm not about to coddle him. I know a lot of people making excuses. Shout out to Steven Jackson, I believe it was. Shout out to him. He the white man did this and y'all wasn't on him, but yet y'all on John Morant. Like, first of all, let's look at this for what it is. This young man, tremendous talent. Why are we so quick to point the finger elsewhere? Now, if it has anything to do with race, I'm the first one to call it out. You understand what I'm saying? The first one. This isn't about race at all. This is about an idiot wanting to be a gangbanger. Or even if he got gang ties. If you got gang ties, we should know about it. If you really that G, we should not know if you gang. John Morant's father attempted an NBA career and was even a high school teammate to the legend Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttleworth. You know who Jesus Shuttleworth is? Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters, if not the greatest shooter of all time. We know Steph Curry is, right? But Ray Allen had that for a long time. John Morant's father were teammates with Ray Allen. My pops wasn't teammates with no damn Ray Allen. You understand what I'm saying? My pops worked at a meat packing plant for years. You understand what I'm saying? Eventually, John Morant's father settled with being a barber. John Morant's mother also had an early spout in basketball, so skill runs in the family. And you would want to say with height, right? Because I believe John Morant's like 6'3", right? It's good money in barbering. My cousin is a barber, right? He owned his own shop. I think he got like 2 shops, if I'm not mistaken. It's good money in it, especially if you know what you're doing. Y'all see where I'm trying to go with this? Ja is too old to not understand his actions. Your moms, I don't know what she do. You know what I mean? I know they loving parents. I know they are. You know, I know they did the best they could for you. But yet you get out and you're in the NBA and now you want to revert back to it. Let's just say he did come up in, you know, those type of surroundings. Because Lord knows if he didn't, what do you call that? Right? Why do you want to go back? Why do you want to go backwards? You get what I'm saying? Why do you want... If I had a couple more inches... Boy, you can switch spots with me. Let me be 21 years old at the time. Me and you can switch positions. That's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be a thug? Go ahead and be out there on the streets. Go out there and see what it feels like to be out there and hoping somebody don't hop out on you. You understand? Because you gotta try to make some money to do something. You gotta do something. You understand what I'm saying? Let me enjoy the hoop dream while you on the street. Living that life so everybody know you about that life. Real gangsters don't give a fuck if you know or if you wondering if he's about that life or not. Real G's move in silence. John Morant. In regards to the situation with Steven Jackson, Chris Kaman, that's who he's referring to. Chris Kaman the post about him having guns and everything, it is irrelevant because he has, if you don't know what it was an ex-NBA player that said that, yo, how come Chris Kaman posted these pictures back then and no one blinked the eye, no one said anything, but yet here's Ja Morant with doing the same thing and nobody said anything. This is what I'm talking about. The difference is, first of all, I would say to that ex-basketball star, Ja Morant is your son. That's your brother. You got to hold him at a higher regard. You got to hold him accountable to things that you're not going to hold Chris Kaman to. First of all, I would like to say that. But let's stick to the script. Chris Kaman post is irrelevant because he has around 40,000 followers. Meanwhile, Ja has nearly 10 million followers. Now, the Chris Kaman situation, I believe that's like on Twitter, and Ja Morant is on Instagram. Ja needs to understand his influence over these young kids today. So when you say Chris Kaman and then you say Ja Morant and then you try to compare them to, you can't, it's incomparable. Like, you can't compare the two. Like, if I ask a kid today, yo, you know who Chris Kaman is? Who? More so, who the hell you talking about? I don't know who Chris Kaman is. I don't know who Chris Kaman is. That's what they would tell me. They don't know who he is. Ja Morant, oh yeah, it's kids out here today that want to be like Ja Morant. They want to be like, back in the day, I wanted to be like Mike. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. Nowadays, they want to be like Ja Morant. You understand what I'm saying? They want to be like Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry know what burden he has. You understand? Even if you don't want to be a role model, you're playing in the National Basketball Association. It comes with the territory. And you're a black man. You're a black man and you want to be seen as this thug and this gangster. We run away. We get away. We try to get away from that as that's why I tell somebody quick on the internet. A lot of people like to get tough with you. I'm not okay, gangster. You got it. You got it. Even at my age now, I'll tell a motherfucker you got it. Because I know where I take it to. Knowing where I take it to. You understand what I'm saying? On the internet, it's the same thing. Like, bro, I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to play tough guy with you on the internet. I don't need to exhibit some type of gangster aura. No. We don't need to do that. But Ja feels that he needs to. And I just don't understand it. And with that, I love the black brother. I don't want anything to happen to, when I say love, I mean in a unconditional format. I don't know him, he don't know me. I'm just saying I hope nothing disastrous happens to him. You get what I'm saying? Like, as far as in the streets, because these gangsters out there right now, me and my uncle had a conversation and he said, yo, it's guys out there now that's like, yo, when we see that, it's like, oh, so that's what you is? Okay, let's test that. That's what's going on, right? They want to test that. All I'm saying is, you're in the NBA. I don't have any, I'm not going to coddle them. Not going to baby them, because that's a grown-ass man. You got family, and I think they say you have a child. Like, bro, once you have children, I don't know if you guys are aware about it, but all the parents, y'all can agree with me. Once you have a child, once you have children, it's over for you. It's all about your kids. Tell me if I'm lying. Either or. No child ever said they wanted to be like Chris Kaman. On the contrary, Ja has kids falling in love with basketball and wanting to high fly like him. Like, Ja Morant literally was like a fresher breath air, including Zion Williamson as well, because they was leaning more towards the three ball, which is three ball is amazing. But I grew up off of the Vince Carters, the Kobe's, the Jordans, the dunks, the high flies. You understand what I'm saying? Going back watching Dr. J, watching Dominique Wilkins, Muggsy Bugs, like, bro, like Spud Webb, like excuse me. I grew up watching dunkers. That was that excitement. So for Ja to come back in and bring just a slither of excitement back to dunking, it's a lot for a real basketball fan, real hooping fan. You understand what I'm saying? It's different areas in the basketball sport. You understand what I'm saying? You have dribbles, you have handles, you have defense, you have dunking, you have laying it up, you have floaters, you have hook shots, you have jump shots, etc., etc., etc. There's a lot that goes into basketball, and the most exciting, in my opinion, is dunking on somebody, put him on a poster. You understand? Or the dunk contest. Like, I still don't think anybody has had any better dunk than Vince Carter. Arm in the rim. But Ja Morant, you got kids falling in love with basketball, man. You got them falling in love with what you're doing. Anytime I seen Kobe on the screen, after that game, I'm on the basketball court. You know, what you think these kids doing today? So now they see you with the gun. Now they say, oh, let me go get a gun. Let me go play with it online. You understand what I'm saying? To whom much is given, much is expected. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Either or, man, because I'm about done with this right here. But with all this being said, I have no sympathy for this 23-year-old man. He's 23. He is not a child and was already disciplined by the NBA for the first incident. Lastly, I am not about to cuddle him, nor the people who wishes to move the goalposts. Like, a lot of people like to move it like, yo, why are we talking about this black man with a gun? Like, yo, he can have a gun. Yes, he can have a gun. That's not the situation. The situation is you are a up-and-coming NBA superstar. He's not a superstar. He's a star, NBA star. Why are you even in that atmosphere? You understand what I'm saying? And then you trying to give us this imagery like to someone that may or may not be from that. I see that. I'm not fazed. You're not. Who are you? I don't think he's trying to scare anyone, but you get what I'm saying. You're not to the real ones. You're not really. It's not doing anything but making you look like the clown that you are. Krusty, Krusty the clown. That's what you look like, bozo. You understand what I'm saying? To the real ones, that's what you look like. So let's not move the goalposts and say, oh, everybody else can have a gun. Why can't he have a gun? It's not about him having a firearm. It's about him waving that sumbitch on the internet for the second time. And you're an employee of the National Basketball Association. Excuse me. Right? So Morant plays for the NBA. So he represents the NBA. Do not flash guns recreationally. Subsequently, giving the imagery that you are about that life. And I will say this, like, if Ja Morant, because I know he's not going to see this, but in the event, if anybody ever got any of my messaging or any of my verbiage twisted, I wish nothing but the best for the young brother. You are a young king. You got a crown on your head. I don't know if you're aware, but you do. You got to hold it down for your loved ones. Hell, fuck your loved ones. Hold it down for you. For you. What are you going to say to yourself 20 years from now, 30 years from now, if you fuck up this opportunity? That's if it's not fucked up yet. You get what I'm saying? Because I know there's a lot of money attached to your situation. There's a lot of people eating off you. I know. And I also seen that the people are ready to blame it on, like, drinking alcohol. Like, bro, he's 23. Take accountability. And with that being said, he's 23. I ain't trying to hear no excuses. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel or how anyone may feel about anything. I was 21. My mother, we lost our mother. My brothers was 8. I took them in. I had to make sure they were straight at the age of 21. So I ain't trying to hear. I know about responsibility. My brothers know about responsibility. My sister, we know about responsibility at a very young age. You understand what I'm saying? 21, you still you wet behind the ears like a motherfucker. But we had to go through that situation. I had to make sure my brothers were straight. I had to do that take that on the chin and keep moving. Here you are, 23, millionaire in the NBA, and you want to be a thug. You want to be a gangster. What my boy say? You want to be a motherfucking gangster. What my boy say? Listen to what my boy told you. He told you this. You think you tough. You see what I'm saying? So, being that you think you tough, you going to eventually run into them tough boys. And I hope you don't. I hope you just get your act together, But we're about to take a brief intermission, and when we get back, you guys, we're going to be talking about this WWE World Heavyweight Championship. At the time when I wrote this, we was going to talk about the picture being flawed, but we're actually going to talk about just the World Heavyweight Championship and its entirety. All right. So after these messages to this sponsor, from this sponsor, We'll get back with you.
Are you or a loved one tired of playing the lottery and never seeing any real results? Are you ready to make a responsible change? I persuade you to join the Lotto Head community. The Lotto Head community is the only Lotto community. And this is where we do not gamble, but we play responsibly. Lotto Head offers tiers from beginner to advanced lottery players. The highest tier even supplies dream digits that are bound to fall in your state or any place there is a lottery. Lotto Head Community also offers a service of state-specific forecasts where exact numbers are predicted based on whatever state is requested. Being a Lotto Head teaches you to play less and play smarter. Do you know what a hit sum is? What about a mate? Have you ever did a rundown? For if you said no to any of these, then Lotto Head is for you. Join today at patreon.com/Lotto Head, and remember, do not blink or you might miss your blessing.
Lotto Head. Welcome to the Lotto Head community. What blessings happen for you and me? Let's get it. Welcome to the Lotto Head community. Lotto Head.
You know, my first show or my first company as far as watching wrestling or wrestling entertainment, you know, was World Championship Wrestling. It was WCW. And back then, the legend, he's still wrestling now. Sting was big. NWO was big. Goldberg was big. The real Goldberg. And I've been a fan ever since. My pops put me onto it. Harlem Heat, Booker T, his brother Stevie Ray. He put me on to wrestling when I was younger. This is back then. This is way back then when Gladiator used to come on Saturdays, right? Let me know if y'all know about American Gladiator. That's the name. You remember that, right? Power Rangers on in the morning, you know. WCW. So I know what the big gold belt. I know a lot of people, a lot of legends who have held it, right? Starting with Ric Flair. Skipping on down the line with Goldberg. Then we get into the WWE. We have Booker T. We have Edge. And the big goal, in my opinion, I know a lot of people like the Winged Eagle. The big gold championship is the best championship. I know it was originally in WCW or wherever it was. I know WWE, they don't like it because, I mean, they may not like it because it wasn't a WWE original, but that is the best championship, especially the one with any variation of it, right? Besides the newer one, right? But the big goal, I always hope that they always revert it back to it. Always. Every single time. I'm like, yo, I hope they bring it back to life. Because I just found out a fun fact last night. Do you know, I believe it was 2013, The Rock revealed the new championship. This is after the spinner belt. And that belt didn't last 1 year. Do you know in 2013, that's when the belt arrived. And in 2014, we got the belt in which you see with Roman, that Roman has today. That was a crazy fact. And I understand it because you look at it, a lot of people might like it, but it is kind of childish, right? But back on the point of the World Heavyweight Championship, the big goal, right? The big goal. We all, if you are a wrestling fan, a wrestling entertainment fan, right? Because I'm a fan of wrestling too, but like I really like the entertainment aspect of it, right? It's a male soap opera. Like once I got old enough to figure out what was going on, it is a male soap opera. So if you're looking at it for anything other than that, like you can't be disappointed, or you can't be, oh, this isn't MMA, or this isn't a real sport. Like in my opinion, it is a real sport, right? But the World Heavyweight Championship, it's up there as far as titles, right? Now, mind you, I've been a WCW fan because I grew up watching that, and then also a WWF, WWE fan, and that's where my boundary stops. You understand what I'm saying? So on this podcast, I'm going to be discussing a lot about WWE and its legends and current, you know, what's going on currently, but you will not hear me talk about other wrestling companies, you know, like Impact Wrestling or TNA or the AEL or AEW, you know. Even though Sting is over there, Chris Jericho is over there, Dean Ambrose is over there, Daniel Bryan is over there, like much respect to them, you feel me? But just because they left WWE does not mean I'm going to watch. And I gave it a shot. I did. It's no comparison. It's no comparison whatsoever. You understand what I'm saying? But Although that's not a shot, but I'm just letting everybody know that may be viewing this for the first time. I am strictly WWE. You understand what I'm saying? Strictly that's just what it is. You understand? I can't speak about AEW because I don't watch. I seen Jade Cargill. I believe her and Bianca could have something tremendous in the WWE. But you know, she was nothing but an off-brand Bianca Belair. But I seen she recently lost her title. You feel me? So now that she's lost that, I'm pretty sure ratings is probably gonna drop again. Even though I don't know, because y'all might not like Jade Cargill. Y'all didn't like Bianca. But on the World Heavyweight title, I was talking of how much I like it, how much I favor it, and how much prestige I think it has. Right? When you think of an undisputed champion, you think of Big Gold. Some may think of the big winged eagle, right? The big, I hope you're talking about the big one, not the smaller one. But some may, when you see World Heavyweight Champion, that's what you see. That's what you envision. You see that big gold championship. I see what WWE attempted to do. I'm glad they brought it back. I'm glad they brought some type of iteration of it, some type of variation of it, because I looked at a website. I don't know how I got to that website. They actually say that this title that Seth Rollins presently he has around his waist, they say it actually was created in 2002. That's a lie. You get what I'm saying? But I think they just trying to, because of the big goal that we was talking about, they put that in place of it. You get what I'm saying? But first of all, it's like a hit or miss with me when it comes with that championship, the way it looks, the new championship. I believe the logo should be much smaller, much smaller. Let's say that's a font of 50, right? That should be at least a font of 25, 35, right? If it's a font 50, right? Big ass, you know, it should be a little smaller. You get what I'm saying? So that's one. Two, when you first dropped it, the angles, like, because I watch Raw, I don't watch it live. I always watch it on like Hulu and or the paid live event, so whatever they call it now, the pay-per-view on Peacock. So I stream it, right? The lighting, it didn't look like it didn't give that same effect as the big gold. You understand what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about as far as that big gold championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, and then you look at the one presently, the one that they have now, it's like, you know, and then it's like there's no red on it at all. And the WWE, I believe they, listen to me WWE, because like we're gonna get into that in later podcasts and maybe some now. WWE, they listen to what I got to say, and I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, but we're gonna get into that later. Lower that WWE logo, like just make it a little smaller, bro. You get me? And I think you'll be in business, right? But let's just go back a little bit. They had a tournament to crown the new World Heavyweight Championship. And before we even get to that tournament, the reason why is because Roman Reigns created, or he has a contract in which he will not lose the title, or he's going to hold both titles, or whatever the contract may entail. Now, I figured around, I think it was April, I figured he was about to get dethroned. I think it was the Cody Rhodes situation. I'm thinking his contract is up. That's it. We done with Roman Reigns. We done with the tribal chump, right? It was not the case. I believe he renewed or whatever the case may be, because I remember some years back, excuse me, he had signed his contract. I think that was the year in which he had got the championship from Bray Wyatt, right? And the Universal, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, right? I think it was a triple threat match. So the championship, a lot of people look at the World Heavyweight Championship as if it's a constellation prize, or if it's a participation award, which I think that as well. But you got to hear me out. They look at it as if, yo, you just getting that title because nobody beat Roman, in which the WWE universe, that's one of the main reasons why I want to get into this podcast and talk the way I'm talking, because we got to differentiate the WWE universe. Like the WWE universe that knows, WWE universe, excuse me, that knows this show is scripted. Raw is scripted, SmackDown is scripted, NXT is scripted, all of the above. WWE is a scripted show. It is a male soap opera. Have you ever heard of the As the World Turns? A Guiding Light? I forget the other one, right? As the World Turns, Guiding Light, and as another one, right? As a soap opera. I don't think, I mean, some men may watch that, but wrestling, entertainment, WWE, that is a male soap opera. So I grew attached to the storylines. You know, Chris Jericho did a hell of a job. He's a legend. Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, they did a hell of a job. Stephanie even put her foot in there, did a hell of a job. Vince, hell of a job back in the Attitude Era. So that's what I love. So when we talk about the WWE universe, if you can't distinguish reality from the script, then there's a divide there, right? And also is a good portion, which you need that as a business, you need that is a good portion of the WWE universe. And I hope you that's listening, I hope you're not a part of that. Whatever WWE tell you, whatever WWE tells you is popular or is cool, that's what you want to run with, right? For instance, we're gonna get into it. They told you that Liv Morgan was able to beat Ronda Rousey. We seen how that reign went, right? I'll touch up on that once we get down into the NXT section. But if you are one of those like, okay, somebody said Lacey Evans was boring or they didn't like, I don't know why the WWE universe does not like Lacey Evans, but you're the type that they say monkey see, monkey do. If they don't like Lacey Evans, you don't like Lacey Evans. Me personally, I love Lacey because Lacey held it down. Lacey was one of the women, including Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, one of the women that held it down during the pandemic when there was no live crowds. She held it down. You understand? So I don't understand where all the hate is coming from. And she's tremendous in the ring. Like, you know, the new NXT Women Champion, Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, that's Lacey Evans' daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Not biologically, that's her daughter. A lot of people see Charlotte as well, but that's her daughter. Lacey Evans gets down. I don't understand the flack that she's getting, and the storyline and how they switched her. She came back, then they was like, all right, let's turn you heel. She turned heel, and you still not bothering with it. And I thought we're gonna get into that. It's sections of the WWE universe, right? Either on the side where I am, where you see reality and you see the product itself is lacking storylines. Like, you're not mad that Bianca had a stale, you're not saying that she had a stale title reign because you understand that Roman Reigns, Solo, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Riddle, you realize they all that whole bloodline situation, it had multiple like storylines where it took up all the time. So when was Bianca supposed to get her spotlight? And when, like, as far as a storyline is concerned, when the bloodline has been taking up television for the last three months. You understand what I'm saying? This supposed to end at WrestleMania. No, it constantly keeps going. Like, excuse me, it's been going on longer than that with the Sami Zayn situation. But it takes one person to say, oh, Bianca title reign was boring, for the rest of the sheep to agree. That's a section in the WWE universe. God bless their souls. And then it's the section where we know Bianca, she's a workhorse. Like, you put her, she made Carmella look good. You understand? Put her in the ring with Carmella, and Carmella used to be okay. I don't know what she's up to now. I know congratulations to her. I know she's with child now, but she made her look good. You understand what I'm saying? Bianca, little that you know, she walks a lot of people in the ring. And I appreciate it. I know talent when I see it. Bianca is talent. And I wholeheartedly believe, because we probably get on this later, but I believe she wanted to drop the title. And I'm going to just put this in there. I believe she got drafted to SmackDown because Roman's not showing up. They need ratings to go. They need ratings to go up. You understand what I'm saying? They need them to go. So they took her off Raw and then they put her on SmackDown, which Montez and his boy is on SmackDown as well. There's a lot of rumblings about her going heel. Like, I'd be down for that too. But my point is, I believe she wanted to get rid of the title, take it off of me, because it's like, I'm just sitting here. Like, I don't have anything to do. And now I can work my way back up to it. You get me? So now she's getting TV time. Now she's getting matches. Now she has time to actually figure out herself what type of storylines to go. You know, helping with the people that write the storylines, and you know, and you will see her. She's going to be champion once again, right? Now, if you're on that side of things, we here. If you on the other side where somebody say she's boring or whatever the case may be, you're blind and you're sheep. You just following the herd. Now, I say that to say this. What do you think is going to happen with Rhea Ripley? What do you see happening now? It's the same thing. What do you think is going to happen with Asuka? The same thing now. With Asuka, it may be a bit different because Asuka now can have some type of storyline with Bianca because they did put in a little bit of work for that storyline. That's how she was able to beat Bianca, right? Without a storyline, we might as well be watching UFC, MMA, or whatever the case may be, or boxing or whatever, without the storyline. You understand what I'm saying? So being that Bianca didn't have any storylines or anybody that was competent enough to have a storyline with her, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We gonna just, we just put you to the side. Or she's, what am I supposed to do? Like, y'all seen it. Alexa Bliss went up against her. It was rushed. Alexa Bliss and Asuka, they were side by side with Bianca. Next thing you know, they're both getting title shots against Bianca. There was no one to actually do storylines with. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone Roman Reigns holding it. His bloodline, weak storylines, holding the entire shows, Raw and SmackDown. All right, now, y'all how did we get on this? We was talking about World Heavyweight. Hear me out. I'm talking storylines. I'm saying male soap opera, right? So we got the look of the championship. Now we're talking about the tournament. Now, in my opinion, I don't even remember who was in the tournament, but I'm going to just outright tell you guys, putting that championship on Seth Rollins was the wrong decision. It was the wrong decision, right? I'm going to get into it, but Rey Mysterio, Edge, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, etc. should have won. Why do you say that? In my opinion, the way it was, because you had Bobby. I don't know what you want to do with Bobby. I'm hoping that they're gearing up for Bobby the Almighty to dethrone Roman. I hope you don't throw Bobby at Roman like you did Drew McIntyre, like you did Brock Lesnar. You can't do that. Bobby is already primed to dethrone Roman, right? But it may be a little far-fetched to some of you sheep out there, but we just gonna leave that alone, right? Don't throw him to Roman if you know Roman isn't about to lose, right? Don't do that, WWE, right? That's one of your monsters. You know that's your monster. You know Brock is your monster. You know Bobby's your monster. You know top tier. You don't want to obliterate. You don't want to destroy all of your monsters. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't build Drew up to Claymore Brock face-off to win his first WWE title, and now a year later, 3 years later, whatever the case may be, you have him lose to Roman Reigns. And I got all the respect for Drew. I hope he don't go anywhere. Drew held it down during the pandemic as well. Shout out to Drew. But we'll get into the Bobby Lashley, the Drews, the Roman. We'll get into that in a whole nother Twin Talk episode, right? But to stay on topic, Rey and Edge, in my opinion, should have been AJ and Seth Rollins, because Edge brought us Judgment Day. I know a lot of people didn't like it when he was in Judgment Day. They didn't like it when Finn Balor joined, and they didn't like it. To this day, they probably don't like I love it. I'm a heel guy. I'm a heel type of guy. You understand? I was faced when I was growing up. Yay, John Cena. Yay, whatever. But as a man who knows the product and know what's going on, I'm a heel. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say Bobby Lashley, I'm talking hurt business. You understand what I'm saying? Versus bloodline. That should have been happened, and he should have been got dethroned. But again, I'm gonna say this again. WWE, do not throw Bobby Lashley to Roman Reigns unless the title is going to leave Roman Reigns' hands. You understand what I'm saying? You can't afford to kill that monster. I'm telling you right now, you can't. You understand what I'm saying? But it should have been Rey Mysterio versus Edge, because Edge created Judgment Day. Rey Mysterio has LWO, and they doing a tremendous job on how they just transitioning. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about the Zelina Vega situation, which I like her with them, right? But I don't know how I feel about that. But Escobar, that's my boy. I rocks with Escobar, right? Rey Mysterio wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Now you have Finn Balor and or Damian Priest beefing with Rey Mysterio. And guess what? Rey lose to Finn Balor or Damian Priest. You know how much of a push that is? You know how much for Rey Mysterio to lose to Damian Priest, which Damian Priest is not bad. I said a while ago when he had the pink hair, he was with Bad Bunny. I said, yo, he did this. I said it on Twitter. Hopefully I can find the tweet. I said, yo, he needs to be a bad guy. This good guy shit ain't gonna work. Soon as he got with Judgment Day, say goodnight. What is that? The choke slam from hell? I don't know what the name of his finisher is, but he did. That's the future right there. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine if Rey Mysterio was to put Damian Priest over. Now we got Damian Priest as the World Heavyweight Champion. I believe it. I believe it. Now let's look at the other side. We have Edge. Edge win the World Heavyweight Championship, which, mind you, both of these legends have held the big gold. Now you have Edge win it. Now down the line, you have him beef with Finn Balor and or Damian Priest. He created the Judgment Day. Now he puts Finn Balor over. Because Finn Balor definitely deserves to be World Heavyweight Champion. He definitely deserves to be a top champion. Like Finn Balor, like when he started talking, like his microphone, it tickled me a bit because I didn't think he was a leprechaun. Like the way, you know, like I didn't think he spoke not Irish, but the way his face does not match the voice. You get what I'm saying? It's like the guy in Grown Ups, like when the MILFs was sitting by the pool and it was like, oh, and then he got out and he was talking, he was like, "Hey, scratch your tone," like it does not match. My point is, the World Heavyweight Championship, bro, you would have had such a pop, let alone if Randy Orton was to come back. I don't know about his injury. If Big E was to come back. You understand what I'm saying? Hell, if AJ would have won it, I believe AJ, if you dealing with AJ and you dealing with Seth, AJ should have won it. Now, if you still here and you still listening to me, you still watching me, yo, why not Seth? Because Seth Rollins, his story is already written. Pete, because I know they probably do this anyway, but it's too late. He's a coward. Seth Rollins took the coward way out. Seth Rollins easily is the man to dethrone Roman Reigns. After he dethroned Roman Reigns, what's the storyline y'all see? Because Roman gonna disappear. He can have some bullshit storyline with Jimmy and Jay, you know, little bullshit fillers. But the main storyline would be who? Cody Rhodes. He has yet to beat Cody Rhodes. But if Seth Rollins dethroned Roman Reigns, which he should have, this is what should have happened. So Seth Rollins still gets a title. I'm not saying he don't deserve a top title. I'm saying it was already prime. He already stabbed Roman in the back years ago. You understand? I'm gonna touch up on that later on too. But not that, but that action. Why not have him dethrone Roman? No matter how long it take. Now I see something they saying 10 years or some shit. Like Roman, if y'all ain't no way. You understand what I'm saying? I'm hoping that sometime this year he lose those titles, or even next year. I hope it's this year. But whenever. Seth could have waited. He could have waited. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone he could have won the World Heavyweight Championship, but not been the first to win it. You understand what I'm saying? Because your story is dethroning Roman. And I can say the same thing about Cody Rhodes as well, right? But your story is that. So now when you and Cody go through this storyline, like the storyline that Cody has with Brock right now, which it'll be much better because you and Cody had a tremendous match. The match of the year at WrestleMania. You understand what I'm saying? The chemistry is unmatched. You have not won against Cody Rhodes. So now when you are the undisputed Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, because you dethroned Roman, now you done got Miz out the way, or you done got Jey Uso out the way, or Jimmy Uso out the way, Solo, whoever. Now Cody come knocking on the door. It's going to be epic. A 3-month storyline epic. You feel me? Might lead us into WrestleMania, right? The WrestleMania rematch. You get what I'm saying? Seth weasel his way out and still managed to keep his championship, but then finally at WrestleMania, Cody finally gets his title. You get what I'm saying? That it was there, but instead we wanted instant gratification. Not we, because we is too many people. You guys, y'all wanted instant gratification. No, put it on Seth. Why? Look what's happened now. Seth literally the night after, or excuse me, the next time we seen him, the person that he fought for the World Heavyweight title, championship title, he teamed with him in a tag team. Why? Because they have no storyline where they want to take this with Seth. That's why I said anyone could have won here. You could have put it. Let me stop myself. You could have had Chad Gable in that tournament. He deserved it. You could have had R-Truth in that tournament. He deserves it. You could have had Otis in that tournament. He deserves it. You could have had LA Knight, even though it's too early for LA Knight. He deserves it. Why is Theory in that tournament? You understand? Why is Theory in that tournament? You understand? You could have had Shelton Benjamin in that tournament. Shelton Benjamin definitely deserves it. You could have put it on Shelton Benjamin. Like, sometimes WWE, you gotta fuck the world up. And not in the way of Roman beating Cody. No. The same way he beat everybody, right? Which I'm all for the heel aspect and cheating and all that, but like every time, if you would have put that championship on somebody like a Shelton Benjamin and elevate him to, because he's a real wrestler, but elevate that man to, for the sake of the company, and it's like because you know the Hurt Business. See, I came back to that. Oh no, anytime Bobby was champion, suited up. Oh, I got a suit on. Even when he was the United States champion. You understand? You want those bosses. You want these legends. You want these wrestlers, these performers to carry that mystique of a champion. And I believe Shelton, because Cedric was in Hurt Business, but Shelton Benjamin would have delivered that for you. He could have even had something going on with the Hurt Business. Started it back up with MVP. We could have had that going on. You understand what I'm saying? And now you give shots to the Chad Gables versus Shelton Benjamin. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. Like, yo, who wants to see that? Like, bro, you can make it where people want to see it. You have Drew McIntyre, you have Brock Lesnar, you have Roman Reigns, and you have Seth Rollins. Sometimes you may have Miz. Then you have AJ Styles. Sometimes Kevin Owens, if I didn't mention Kevin Owens. The same people get the championship every time. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is WWE messed up big time with this whole World Heavyweight Championship by putting it on Seth. That's my only. You put it on Seth too early. It's a participation trophy. It's a constellation prize because it's on Seth. Anybody else, I'm not looking at it like that. Anybody else, they may be looking at it like that, because if you put it on AJ, now AJ can bring up the OC. I've never been a fan of Luke Gallows and his partner. I've never been like really a fan. Like, they're not bad. I'm just saying, like, I see him as another Kane and Undertaker. Like, bro, you better. I know you're a little older, but you gotta get a little better. You know what I mean? You gotta pop. Like, Damian Priest is doing a hell of a job, and I hope he continue to get better. Right? They say, yo, how did he get a title shot or whatever it was after he lost to Bad Bunny? Do you not know it's scripted? He put Bad Bunny over like a motherfucker. Bad Bunny did a hell of a job. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I say put over, it's two different goddamn meanings. When I say put over with Ray putting Finn Balor over, I'm talking that's a legend. That's a Hall of Famer. Going to be a 2-time Hall of Famer. And you put Finn Balor over? No, Finn Balor's going to have a hell of a title reign. You understand what I'm saying? He had to relinquish the first Universal title. Or if Edge put over Damian Priest, you know how much of a look that is? Never mind that. Otis with the championship, because I said not years ago, but maybe months ago, right? Maybe years ago, probably a year and some months ago, right? Otis is a superstar that y'all have yet to tap into. That's a walking legend, and y'all have yet to tap into Otis. Chad Gable impressed me a few weeks ago, when he hit that, I forget what it's called, that, let's just say that German off the turnbuckle. Let's just say he hit that rolling German on Braun Strowman. The boy's talented. He's short. He's talented. Like, what are we doing with those type of talents? Instead, we want to put it on Seth Rollins because you think the crowd wants that, and you heard them singing the song, and I believe you add an audio to it, because I look at the crowd and I don't see them singing a song. You see some people, but you don't see enough people to get that audio. I don't believe it. Just like Monday, it was manufactured sound. You're not telling me it wasn't. My point is, Seth Rollins should have dethroned Roman. That's what you should have had him set up. And even if Roman is not getting dethroned until next January, right? Next January, okay. Don't have Seth win the World Heavyweight Championship. Put eyes on someone else. You could have had Miz win it. I'm not mad at Miz winning it. Let Miz win that. So now with the new contestants like the JD McDonald's and Dexter Lumis, he still got his little thing going on with Miz. You could put Dexter Lumis over. I'm not saying Dexter win the championship. Hell no. It's too early. I'm saying you bringing these newer superstars that the world do not know, because I only know a little bit about Georgie Gargano and Dexter, but you putting them in that light. So now we know more than a Randy Orton or more than a Seth Rollins or more than a Bobby Lashley. We know these superstars, but either or. Excuse me. AJ Styles came back, and what I don't understand is AJ Styles came back and he automatically gets a title shot. Right? It just let me know that y'all automatically was going to put it on Seth Rollins, which I believe wholeheartedly it was a bad mistake. It was a bad mistake, because at the end of the day, let me put it here, because I'm not even going to try to stay on this too long, because I want to get to NXT and I want to go ahead and wrap this up for you guys, right? I even seen a post where AJ was supposedly quitting. Mind you, this was like a couple of days before the tournament started, right? But there's a lot of lies when it comes to WWE and its going ons, right? And I'm not saying WWE lie. I'm talking about the news. You may see somebody talking about this and talking about that. If you ever heard anything come from me, especially if I'm stating it as fact, I'm going to source whatever it is that I'm talking about, and I'm going to show you the proof of what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be one of those ones, AJ was supposed to quit and all this, or he's rumored to quit. Like, no, we not about to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if it's factual that, because I seen something about Drew McIntyre supposed to have been like, bro, he's supposed to have been leaving. That was like, what are we talking about? Why would AJ leave and why would Drew leave? I'm talking to WWE. Why would you allow them to leave? These are two legends. You understand what I'm saying? Because Drew, when he dropped the title, Drew went down and he was a workhorse on SmackDown. The sword, he held it down for the mid card. But let's not act like Drew ain't that. Don't act like Drew is not that. And another thing about the world title before we finish up here. When you think world heavyweight champion, do you see Seth Rollins? I don't. When I think world heavyweight champion, I'm seeing Brock Lesnar. I was hoping Brock Lesnar would have came out, but they started the show. The Night of Champions, it was Seth Rollins and AJ. They started the show. I was disappointed because I was hoping that Brock Lesnar hit a Brock Lesnar. He already beat Cody. So now, at the end of the night, when Seth Rollins is going against AJ, he would come out as the third participant and he would be the world heavyweight. You would have had a better reaction and a better pop with that, although he did lose to Roman. But again, this goes back to what I was talking about, the WWE universe. You know that Brock put Roman over because Roman has the contract, he's not gonna lose. So if Brock agreed to the match, Brock ain't doing nothing but putting that man over. Brock is putting a lot of people over. You understand what I'm saying? Exempt Bobby Lashley, but Cody, he's putting Cody over. Even though I'm not saying Cody need that, I'm saying Cody's gonna come out on top with this Brock Lesnar situation. So now we got Cody, the modern day John Cena. I don't know if y'all realize that yet. That's what he's primed for that. That's why everybody was so disappointed that he lost against Roman Reigns. You understand what I'm saying? But Brock is putting a lot of people over. Bobby Lashley has put a lot of people over. Whether Bobby won or not, this is what you're not understanding. He put a lot of people. That Bronson Reed kid, that Bronson Reed, he's gonna be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Theory, he's going to be a problem. We could talk about Theory another time, because like I didn't like how Vince shoved him in our face, but once Vince got his hand up off of him, Theory relinquished the Money in the Bank contract and he started over. So I got a lot of respect for what Theory's doing now, and I love that he's a heel, and I that's the future. You understand what I'm saying? But with that, you got to look at Bobby. We seen him and we seen more of Theory's character, hiding like a little bitch. We seen these things in a match with Bobby Lashley. So you got to give Bobby his credit. You got to give Drew McIntyre his credit for putting these people over. You got to give Sheamus his credit, because I don't understand how you allow Walter to beat him. It was primed for Sheamus to. I don't understand. Because let's get back to the World Heavyweight Championship. I just named 3. When you see Walter Yeah, I might see world heavyweight champion on him, right? Not right now, it's too early. But when you see Sheamus, you see world heavyweight. You see Bobby, you see world heavyweight. You see Otis, you see world heavyweight. You see Bray Wyatt, you see world heavyweight, excuse me. When you see Randy, just because of the mystique, you see world heavyweight. Edge, world heavyweight. When I look at Seth Rollins, I don't see, especially because this is you bringing it back, you raising it back up, you resurrecting the World Heavyweight Championship. Put it on a Brock Lesnar, so by default, oh no, this is out. Because when you search up, who's the World Heavyweight Champion of WWE, and then Seth Rollins pop up. You know, there ain't nothing against Seth Rollins. I fuck with Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? I fuck with the Shield. But Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins literally came out with Becky's clothes on. And that's who you crowned as your World Heavyweight Champion? The man's title, the World Heavyweight title is a man's title. No offense to the WWE title or whatever the case may be, but the big gold, that's a working man's title. So at the end of the day, I think the decision to put it on Seth was a bad decision. Anybody else? Why? Because I know y'all might, why not him? Because he's the one that should have took the goddamn titles from Roman Reigns. What are we talking about? He should have took the titles from Roman Reigns. He should be the one to dethrone him. Now, the reason why I say he took the coward way out, because you took this instant gratification championship today. Now, tomorrow, I don't care about you taking the titles from Roman Reigns. I don't care. That night, something happened, and I told my brother, because I don't rock with the tribal chief Roman Reigns at all. But that night, I believe Seth Rollins had won. And I think at that time, I said, you know what? I'm with the tribal chump now. I'm with Roman Reigns now. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would you put it on Seth Rollins? And the finish to that match was horrible. We're not even gonna get into that. Like, AJ did his thing, but it was our World Heavyweight Champion of WWE. His finisher move is a curb stomp. It's a curb stomp. Don't get me started on Roman with his signature, because a lot of people, that's not his finisher. His signature is the Superman punch. What? To end, you guys, Seth is primed to end Roman's reign. Before we get there, Seth Rollins is being trapped into instant gratification for the sheep of the WWE universe. Like, you're sheep. If you think it's better to put a championship on Seth Rollins now, because we just seen this past Monday what it looks like. Why is our World Heavyweight Champion in a tag team match with his opponent? Instant gratification. I say he's a coward because maybe Seth wanted that. Maybe Triple H wanted to put it on him, just like back then when he traded on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Yeah, I remember that. And that's another thing. Let me touch upon that before we get into NXT. Y'all forget who Seth Rollins is? Seth Rollins is a snake. He's the son of Chris Jericho. He's a snake. But no, y'all think he's a good guy. I'm going to give you the prime example. Y'all was rooting for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is part of the Mogul Syndicate. He's DMS. Bobby Lashley's DMS. Carmelo Hayes, DMS. Zoe Stark, DMS. Queen Zelina, DMS. Because she's the queen of the ring. Y'all got to put some respect on her name, right? Going back to what I said earlier. What I'm telling you guys is that Seth Rollins been a snake. He been a snake. And how easily you guys love Brock Lesnar. Like, yeah, Brock came back, right? Brock is another one. Brock does what he want to do, and that's why I fuck with him. Brock came and fucked up Cody Rhodes. Now y'all don't know what to do. I'm talking to the sheep of the WWE universe. I'm talking to you. Now y'all don't know what to do. Y'all don't know whether to cheer for Brock or cheer for Cody. Y'all don't know what to do because that beast incarnate, he was unpredictable. You really thought he was the good guy, you know, farmer boy Brock. No, Brock is a beast. And beast eat. Y'all thought it was something because Roman beat him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Roman didn't beat him. Like, if Brock didn't want Roman to win, first of all, the match would have never happened. But my point is, everybody was, yeah, Brock Lesnar, yeah, everybody going crazy, yeah. Assuming he's a good guy. Look what he did to Cody Rhodes. And look what he continued to do to Cody Rhodes. My point is, you think Seth Rollins is just like The Miz. Anytime he want, he will slither like a snake. It's just what it is, and I love him for it. You feel me? I fucks with Seth Rollins. Don't ever get that twisted. I'm just saying, let's not go behind instant gratification and winning the World Heavyweight Championship talking about this is a working man's title. Yet you're in a tag team with the guy that you defeated against two people that should have been in the tournament and should have won the tournament anyway, in the Finn Balor and the Damian Priest. Now, it's a little too early for Damian Priest to get the championship, but you understand what I'm saying. And they already have a title in Rhea Ripley, right? But understand what I'm saying. Seth Rollins is a snake, and you guys are, like, bro, he stabbed his brother in his back. Like, y'all forget that Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, they was all brothers. They was all, He stabbed Roman in the back, Dean Ambrose in the back for the authority. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you trust something like that and you get your hopes up and yay, Seth and all this, like, bro, realize, real lies. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, Seth, in my opinion, he was primed to end Roman Reigns. No pun intended. You get me? From there, the Cody storyline is right there. Now, since Seth took the coward way out, and he has the world heavyweight, I don't want to see him nowhere near Roman. Nowhere near. Now, because I'm going to tell you guys, prediction. Brock Lesnar is going to injure Cody. Cody's going to disappear because he has an injury. He's going to come back, and he's going to come back on SmackDown, and then he's going to dethrone Roman. That's how you have to do it. Because if Cody goes behind Seth Rollins for that world heavyweight title, he's a coward as well. So you went up against the big dog, because I fuck with the big dog. Tribal Chief, not so much. The big dog, you went up against the big dog and you lost. So now you go run. And now you got the second prize, the little constellation prize that Seth Rollins has, and now y'all sit here want to bicker and beef over that. You understand what I'm saying? You literally took, listen to me, WWE, you literally took the Grand Championship, the WWE Championship. In my opinion, I know y'all would like to say both of them are equal value. The WWE Championship is the World Heavyweight Championship. That is the Raw Championship. That's the greatest championship. That's the greater championship. The Universe Championship, that's SmackDown. That's the show that came later. It's there, but it's not there. You understand? I seen what you did, because you have Roman with the Universe title, and now I'm talking before he won the other one. You have it as if, oh, this means something. Why do you think Roman always lift the blue one? You understand what I'm saying? Because one, it's the brand for SmackDown, but they want to elevate that. But now the way that you handled this world championship, you mishandled it. You put it on Seth Rollins. There's no storyline attached to it. There's nothing that's going to come about. Now, whatever comes about or what comes from it is not going to make sense. You understand? Who is going to beat Seth Rollins for that championship that we believe, other than Finn Balor? That pop ain't the same if Finn Balor beat Edge. Him and Edge just had a tremendous match where he got those 14 stables. How many other stables it was? You see how it's right there. It's right there, and you don't utilize it. Instead, you put it on Seth Rollins. Either or, you guys. We're going to take a brief intermission, you guys, because we've been rolling for at least an hour. We're going to get back to you guys right after these messages from one of my sponsors, all right?
Are you or a loved one tired of playing the lottery and never seeing any real results? Are you ready to make a responsible change? I persuade you to join the Lotto Head community. The Lotto Head community is the only Lotto community. And this is where we do not gamble, but we play responsibly. Lotto Head offers tiers from beginner to advanced lottery players. The highest tier even supplies dream digits that are bound to fall in your state or any place there is a lottery. Lotto Head community also offers a service of state-specific forecasts where exact numbers are predicted based on whatever state is requested. Being a Lotto Head teaches you to play less and play smarter. Do you know what a hit sum is? What about a mate? Have you ever did a rundown? For if you said no to any of these, then Lotto Head is for you. Join today at patreon.com/LottoHead, and remember, do not blink or you might miss your blessing.
Lotto Head. Welcome to the Lotto Head community, where blessings happen for you and me. Let's get it. Welcome to the Lotto Head community. Lotto Head.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Look, man, this is what we about to get into. We about to get into the NXT the NXT portion of this podcast. Now, I started watching NXT, like really getting into it about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, during that time, Mandy Rose was the women's champion. Braun Breaker was the NXT champion, right? I think this was coming off of Dolph Ziggler losing to Braun Breaker, right? That's when I started watching NXT because I got into playing WWE, in which we will be talking about the WWE video game as well on this podcast, right? Along with other things. But I got into it because I said, I need to know who's the upcoming stars. I need to know who's gonna be in that spotlight in the next few months or next few years. You understand what I'm saying? So like I told you, I'm homegrown WWE. So understand that. NXT, I love it. I do love it, and I feel that WWE listens to what I have to say, whether it's a tweet, whether it's a comment, whatever the situation may be, I believe they do. Example, Mandy Rose, whatever the situation was, Mandy Rose had that world title on lock. She had, that women's title on lock, right? She had it, the Toxic Attraction. It was, it's what you want. That's the product. That's the product right there, right? Tell me I'm lying, WWE. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, Mandy Rose. That's the, and then it came out of nowhere. They had to get rid of Mandy Rose, right? And I know they didn't want to, but they had to, right? So now you got the women's title and you have to put it somewhere. You don't know where to put it at. So you put it on Roxanne Perez. Now, I speak out against Roxanne Perez, but understand, I want the best for the young lady. Because she's young. She's still young and she still has time to develop and do what she has to do. But you place that title on her and I said, yo, she's horrible. She is. Let me not be that vulgar. She's not NXT Women Champion material today. She's not. Like, I know the perverts out here and the lonely motherfuckers, they see eye candy and they see, okay, I understand that. And you want to capitalize off of that. So you want their money, you want them, you want them to simp and, do things like that. But let's talk about longevity. This is a young girl. I don't know how old she is. Let's just say she's 22, 23, right? You want her to be a big player in the company for years to come, right? Don't force it. Prime example, Liv Morgan, which we're gonna talk about that upcoming as well. She's been the worst women's champion I've seen in a long time. Her in-ring skills, there is none. She screams, she drop kicks, she do the fake Sasha Banks move. Then she do the oblivion off the rope half the time. That don't even connect half the time. And then she screams some more. And then that's the end of the match. You understand what I'm saying? So I told them, I actually said, yo, Liv Morgan is trash. She's horrible. And then eventually during that reign, her title reign, the crowd was even noticing like, yo, her in-ring abilities are fucking horrible. How can you win the title and not at least be trying to harness your skills and get better some type of way? No, she did not, right? So I bring up Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan is older. She's about around my age. Roxanne Perez is young. Roxanne Perez still has time. So I really hope she do take that time to learn herself. And she got the most push. Like she went up against Rhea, right? She went up against Rhea. She went up against Satomura. I think that's how you say her name, right? Legend. She's went up against the biggest and the baddest, right? And it's like, I understand you trying to push that. I know why she has the look. She may have the microphone for the faces, everybody, sob stories and shit like that. But the in-ring ability, she don't have it yet. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, that pop rock, she need to get rid of it. I see Ray went back to doing it, but that's a normal move. That need to be one of her normal moves. You get what I'm saying? That don't need to be her finisher. Like when you got someone small like that, I would advise, like if you listening to this, if she even see this clip, Roxanne Perez, you need to get you a submission. You heard? And Zelina Vega, the same thing. Y'all need to get submissions. You understand what I'm saying? But either or, let's get back to the point. I would suggest such things, and such things would come to pass. Yo, Liv Morgan is a horrible champion. You know what they do? They took the championship off of her. Yo, Roxanne Perez, like she's a horrible champion. They took it off of her. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe they don't. And I know a lot of people be like, yo, they don't listen to you. Okay, because I believe DMX, business is good. What the authority used to say, what's best for business? I'm looking at what's best for business. You understand? Roxanne Perez, she may be a major player for you. Don't force it. Let her get that in-ring ability together. You understand what I'm saying? She got it. Let her get it. Don't let her become another Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan last I heard, my brother told me she was practicing with Matt Riddle. That might have been 6 months ago, but ever since then, nothing else. I hope she do get better. I do. But she's horrible. She was holding Raquel Rodriguez back, in which we can get into that. But Rodriguez, I don't think she want to be a solo player. Yeah, I will hope so. You flexing and shit, I will hope so. But I think she's complacent with the tag team division, beating up on little people, She don't want to see the Charlottes. She don't want to see the Biancas. She don't want to see the Baileys, like the real Baileys, She don't want to see the Rheas, She don't want to see, the Rondas, really getting it up there, because she still got time to really get what she need to, but it just seemed like she'd rather be in the tag division. I'm talking about Raquel, right? But I've spoke about certain things, and certain things come to pass. Like certain things come into fruition. Like, I love what they did with the NXT Men Championship. I did mention that Braun Breaker should have been moved up, and you want Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker would be the guy that you want to dethrone or to beat Walter. If not Walter, then Austin Theory. I prefer Walter because Braun Breaker has it. You feel me? I think his microphone need a little bit of work, but he has it, and he just seemed like a brute force. So hopefully he's safe to work with, right? But I think he has it to any type of storyline with Gunther, right? That's the only time I'm gonna say that. His name is Walter, right? He has it. I thought he was going to move up. I thought they was going to draft him, but I understand it now. No, put him in a little quick storyline with Carmelo because he's a heel. And now in the coming days, we're going to see him because Gunther's going to come out and open challenge, and Braun Breaker's going to show up. This is what I hope. And Braun Breaker's going to put him on his ass. You understand what I'm saying? This is what's best for business. You understand? Because I still don't understand why y'all had Gunther as the longest intercontinental. Never mind that. I'm talking the Royal Rumble. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that. Rhea Ripley either. I don't understand it either. Did you have to do that to put some type of validation on his title reign? Or some type of validation on Rhea Ripley winning the title? You didn't have to do that because Rhea Ripley, we're going to get into that. But Rhea Ripley, without the Judgment Day, we know who she is. She has it. Either or. NXT, you guys. Baron Corbin, as of recently, right? Baron Corbin attacks Carmelo. I love this. Carmelo Hayes, if you didn't know, is DMS, the Mogul Syndicate, right? Corbin was punished years ago, and it was stated that he would never win a top title in WWE. Now that Triple H has the reins, can we see Corbin at the very top? Are you interested in seeing that? That's what I asked you guys. Are you interested in seeing Corbin at the very top? When I seen that, even though I am a major fan, not fan, but Carmelo is part of the Mogul Syndicate. You understand what I'm saying? We does what we do because business is good. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he should dethrone or take the title from Carmelo, but I'm not mad at Corbin being the NXT champion and then later on down the line becoming the Universal Champion or the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not mad at it. He deserves it. Corbin anytime I watch Corbin, because y'all be caught up in wins and losses. No, I be looking at the performances. Corbin gets it done. You understand what I'm saying? To be 6'10", he's 6'10", right? He gets it done. You understand what I'm saying? I seen something a while ago. He said he don't like how they allowed Drew to kick out of End of Days, I believe it was, his finisher, because nobody kicked out of it. I agree with that as well. But you got to understand, people have kicked out of the F5. People have kicked out of the people haven't kicked out of the Claymore yet, right? Right? They haven't kicked out of the Claymore yet. They've kicked out of several spears. So when I say several, I'm talking Goldberg, the original spear. We talking Roman Reigns. We talking Edge. We talking Charlotte. We have people who have kicked out of finishers. But I think Corbin as a title holder, a main title holder, I think is tremendous, because now you got him beefing with Miz. Now you got him beefing with a Shelton Benjamin. Now you got him beefing with Otis. Now this one right here looks scary, because it's like, yo, can he beat Otis? You get what I'm saying? Like, I believe you can do that. Just give that man a shot. That's all. That's what my voice is here to, like, give these people shots, man. You know what I mean? Get these, and then I'm gonna put this here. This might be another discussion for another time, but you need to bring back the Cruiserweight Championship or Lightweight Championship along with the European Championship. And for the women, you need to create a women's Intercontinental title and a women's United States title. And if you don't want to create both, create one, the US title, the Women's United States Championship. Right now, Bayley could have that. Bayley could have that because she's been working her ass off too. Don't get it twisted. Oh no, all she do is lose. Is she really losing, or is she putting people over? You understand what I'm saying? This is no nonsense. We gonna talk it. We gonna talk it like we walk it. You understand what I'm saying? Like Tiffany Stratton, because we about to get into that. Tiffany Stratton and the women's division. Tiffany Stratton was clearly the best choice. And excuse me, let me revert back a little bit. When Mandy Rose got fired or got released, it put it in a whirlwind. They didn't know what to do. That's why they had to put it on Roxanne Perez. It didn't last. Then they put it on Indy Hartwell, which I have no verdict for her yet. It's still out, right? Because last time I seen her, she literally had lost to Dana Brooke, if I'm not mistaken. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, she won the NXT Women's title. It made no sense to me, right? On Main Event. Now, the women's division, Tiffany Stratton she's clearly the NXT champion right now. She has it. She has it. In-ring ability, mind you, Battleground, she seemed nervous. When she first came, she was nervous. I seen it, but we talking about a woman that has the look, right? She has a weird shaped face and shit like that, but she has that Barbie look. She does have that marketable look. Like, I know a lot of people, they love how she look. Bravo, you feel me? She has the look. Her microphone after Tuesday night NXT, her celebration, it needs work. But she has that, you feel me? She's like a heel, you understand what I'm saying? But she wasn't confident in delivering her heel. You understand what I'm saying? She wasn't confident on Tuesday NXT in delivering that heel. But she need work on that, but it's cool. And the in-ring ability, the look, and she has the microphone. So that's your best bet as of right now. Now, the women's division, sleepers. Cora Jade, I have no clue why, because y'all could have put the title on Cora Jade before Tiffany Stratton popped back up, because y'all know she was gone for a minute, then she popped back up. You could have put it on Cora Jade, because she's young too. Like, Roxanne Perez had it, and she had passed out, and whatever the case may be, you took it off of her, because I said something about it, and you took it off. You knew that wasn't going to work. You could have had, instead of Satomura, you could have had Cora Jade versus Roxanne, and you could have had Cora Jade win, the heel Cora Jade. Let's see what she do, because I think she has it too. I think she has the guts, if you will, to be a heel, to get these people in their feelings and to get them mad and all that other shit. And I think it would have been beneficial, especially to the youngins of the NXT women division. You feel me? Because now Cora Jade could have it for a while, and then she could lose it to Roxanne. Hopefully Roxanne got a little better. Now she got a submission or whatever the case may be. Maybe she got a little tighter reign. Now you bring Tiffany Stratton in, and now Tiffany Stratton beat Roxanne Perez at Battleground or whatever the case may be. And also Wendy Chu. I like Wendy Chu. I know they got like this little joke thing going on, but she seemed like when she get into the ring, she do seem like she be serious and she be trying to keep character. But I believe that's a sleeper. I'm gonna keep my eyes on her. And then lastly, Lash Legend, right? For a while, I thought her name was Lash Leslie. Yeah. Bobby Lashley. I thought it was Lashley. I thought that was her name. And I said, yo, that's a storyline in its own. She could come up to the main roster, and that's Bobby Lashley's daughter, or that's Bobby Lashley's sister. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? It's right there. You understand? Like, WWE, y'all gonna have to end up hiring me, bro. You feel me? Like, I can help write whoever's storyline. Yo, what kind of storyline you got for Mustafa? Anybody, it don't matter. The Creed brothers, because they are boring. They are boring. I can figure something out for them. You get what I'm saying? Y'all need to hire me, man. I know what I'm talking about. Either or. NXT, in my opinion, bro, I think is in good shape. Not Bray Wyatt, excuse me. Carmelo and Corbin. I think even if Corbin beat Carmelo, maybe Carmelo get it back. Maybe he do like some type of injury and he come back after 2 months and he take it. But I think he's on fire right now. You feel me? He say he's him. You understand what I'm saying? He can say that he's part of DMS, so he can say he's him. And Trick Williams, like I fuck with Trick. Like them two, that's superstardom right there. That's your future right there. You understand what I'm saying? Carmelo, Trick Williams, and I see Trick Williams then got a little better in the ring too. He's tall, but that is your future. Braun Breaker, Carmelo, Trick Williams, Axiom is pretty good. Dragon Lee, I fucks with Dragon Lee heavy. Tyler Bate, he's okay. Dragunov and Dijak, I like them boys. You heard? I like them boys. What we talking about? We talking about the Creed brothers, man. Like going back to them, man. They ain't got enough, man. You understand? WWE is more than wrestling. Kurt Angle is the wrestler. But you seen what happened with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle developed that character, that persona. Oh no, he's out of here. That's a legend. What we talking about right now? That's a legend. You understand? I love what Chad Gable is doing. Right? That's another wrestler. Shush, please. I love it. You got to give him that push. You gotta build him to the point where we feel. And the Sheik, they feel like, yo, he could be Walter. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a soap opera, bro. But your product is only as good. The presentation of it is only as good as your writers. If they slouching and they don't give a fuck about the product and they just, yo, we can do this and just put it on Seth Rollins, then okay, that's what we get. Then we get this. And now the people that wanted that, they gonna slowly find out, just like they wanted the title off of Bianca, they slowly gonna find like, damn, this Oscar reign boring too. This Rhea Ripley shit boring too. Like little that they know, like bro, the TV time is Roman Reigns and his family. They taking up all the damn time. When it comes to NXT, I think it's in a good place. You feel me? And then they got a battle royal to determine who Tiffany Stratton's next opponent would be. You already got Roxanne Perez right there in the front. So I'm pretty sure that's who they're going to choose, which is a horrible decision. I think you need to focus. Roxanne Perez, some may say don't revisit her and Cora Jade, but I think you need to focus on storylines with that. Hell, even team them back up or whatever. Like she need more development. Don't just try to throw her to the wolves again. You feel me? Because Tiffany Stratton shouldn't lose that title no time soon. There's nobody, no time soon. You understand what I'm saying? You got Kiana James, right? Like as far as me calling out the sleepers, like Kiana James, she's okay. You feel me? You got Henley, she's okay. Nice ass on her, you know. She's okay, but yeah, Nikita Lyons, that was around the time I had watched. She was such a disappointment when I watched her in ring, you know, because you know a lot of people see the assets, and now when I watch her and I watch her performance, I'm like, she's horrible. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully she's getting better. I think she was injured at one point, so hopefully she gets better. But NXT, I believe, is in a great spot. You understand? I believe Carmelo and Tiffany Stratton, I think you got the right drivers at the wheel right now. You feel me? You got Joe Gacy, you got the Rock daughter down there. Joe Gacy, he's really he's not bad in ring, but like his promo and his persona, correct me if I'm wrong, I clearly see him as Bray Wyatt, the pig guy, the fat pig guy that Bray Wyatt had. You know, when Bray Wyatt had came back or he was doing his little clues, you know, when he had the vulture, then he had the witch, and then he had the guy, the pig, then he had the guy with the beach shirt on, like the you know, like you got Joe Gacy as the pig guy, and then you got the beach shirt, that's Grayson Waller. You get the witch, that's of course Alexa Bliss. Like bro, like it's all there, which leads me to my next topic, right? Bray Wyatt. Bray is a genius. Bray Wyatt is a genius. He is married to creativity, and I love it, right? Because I'm a creative, right? I'm a creator. I love creating, and I appreciate creativity when it's there, and the genius in creativity. Speaking of marriage, do you know Bray has been out for some time? And it is due to an injury on his ring finger. Now, I don't know if he's healed or whatever the case may be, but this occurred last December versus Jinder Mahal doing like a live event. Now, speaking of sleepers, Jinder Mahal is a sleeper as well, right? I think he got, what are they called? In this year, right? He's another sleeper. So if you have Corbin beat Melo for whatever reason, I hope not. But if you have that, even if he don't beat him, you got Corbin still in NXT, and then you have Jinder Mahal, which was in NXT. Yeah, there's a few there. You understand what I'm saying? There's a few there. Then you have who else? You got maybe Trick Williams going up against Corbin. You understand what I'm saying? That's after the Carmelo situation, just to die it down. You feel me? Because he lost against Carmelo, just to add more validity to Carmelo, right? And then you have him beat Trick Williams, and then now you have him going up against, you know, all the other superstars or other up and coming superstars. He wins some, he may lose some, but he's there to do, you know. Because he's Corbin, you might not say he's a legend, but he definitely should get a Hall of Fame. He should get a Hall of Fame ticket, because I don't know if you know, he was the last person to pin your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, right? But getting back on Bray Wyatt, his build up, like since he's came back, has been slow. But I think it would be worth it, right? I think the build-up that he has going on, it would be worth it. Like he's telling a story. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of you guys want instant gratification, and you didn't fall in love with the storyline like I did. I don't know what you fell in love with. Maybe you like the guys in their little tights. Maybe you like whatever, the way they look or the way they sweat. I don't know what it is. But if you're not attracted to the storylines of what these people do, it's like, what are you watching it for? Because if you want to watch real wrestling, go watch real wrestling. If you want to watch like real fighting, like actual fighting, go watch UFC. Go watch that. You understand what I'm saying? The WWE should be, and WWE, y'all need to get back to storylines, bro. That's the product. You understand? Things hit so much better. So much better. You're not telling me if Roman Reigns would have had a better storyline with this whole bloodline situation. You literally forced Jay into this shit. You literally forced Jimmy into it. You literally forced this storyline with the head of the table and shit. If he would have had a better one, you're not telling me that The Rock don't show up for WrestleMania. You're not telling me that The Rock don't show up to put his cousin over. You're not telling me that's not happening if you would have took that time and really had a decent storyline. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this bloodline shit has been going on for too long, and it's dry. You understand? First of all, it didn't make sense from jump. Like me, I'm a cousin. Like, why the fuck would I be humiliating my cousin on national television? Mind you, the Usos, in my opinion, still greater than Roman Reigns. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he the big dog. I know the big dog situation, but like, don't ever get it twisted. Like, them Usos was there before you. Them Usos held it down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not the greatest tag team of all time. In my opinion, I put the Dudley Boys up there, the Hardy Boys, you know. I put Edge and Christian up there, like the hardcore Hollies, right? I put them up there, the Holly Boys, like I put them up there. Like, so it's a lot before you got APA. It's a lot before you get to the Usos. You get what I'm saying? But I believe their star is bigger than Roman, right? A lot of people won't disagree because they brainwashed and think they acknowledge their tribal chief. Yo, Roman, acknowledge me, pussy boy. You understand what I'm saying? But either or, Bray Wyatt build-up has been slow, but I think it'll be worth it. But I think the fans, because the fans are like, yo, he's been boring and all this other shit. I think they are getting tired of waiting. You understand what I'm saying? But and then he got injured. And then you look at LA Knight. LA Knight is a part of that little Bray Wyatt situation too. You know, I said the pig, the witch, you know, the vulture, like he's probably the vulture, or whatever the case may be. Like, clearly you can tell, and everything was working together. Well, maybe it's just my creative eyes. I see this. I see Grayson Waller in NXT rocking those Hawaiian shirts. Like, bro, he's with Bray Wyatt. You see LA Knight going through this situation with Bray Wyatt. He's gonna end up with Bray Wyatt. You see John Gacy over there. How you see John Gacy and see the pig mannequin with the shirt too small, right? Too small, he can barely pull it down, and not think, oh shit, that's Bray Wyatt. How can you not? And you got Ava now, and then I think you got what is her name? Isla Dawn. Like, these are supposed to be two witches, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ava's a witch, but you got the Isla Dawn, which, mind you, Isla Dawn is better than Alba Fire, right? I'm not a fan of Alba Fire. Maybe I don't know enough about her, but I've seen a few matches. Isla Dawn, no, she's pretty good. You feel me? But yeah, man. But it's his build up It's been slow, but I'm in all support of it. And I know I'm not alone out there. Like, if you know the product, you know, like, yo, that's Bray Wyatt. Like, bro, Bray Wyatt is Mankind, Kane, Undertaker, all wrapped them into one. You understand? If you know. If you know, you know. But if not, then of course you want that TikTok gratification. You understand what I'm saying? It's been rumblings of the Fiend returning. Like, I told my brother that even before I even seen the post, I knew that's what it was going to be. I knew that's what it was going to be. It was going to be that because it's been a minute since we seen Bray Wyatt and the Uncle Howdy situation and everything. Everybody wanted, when they wanted, everybody heard Bray Wyatt was coming back. We figured the Fiend, right? We figured the Fiend, and everybody wanted that. That's what they was hyped for, because that's the last time we seen him, right? But then he came back and it was like, no, I believe the Fiend was always there, but that's just another character he can revert to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, understand, Undertaker was the dead man, but then he also became American Badass. Like, I was around during that time. Like you got to understand, if you can't reinvent yourself, like I think I heard R-Truth say this, you can't reinvent yourself in WWE, then you're done. And I think Bray Wyatt is a genius at recreating whatever the situation he has. Now, I'm not sure who Uncle Howdy is. I thought it was Bo Dallas. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys thought it was too, but I'm not sure who Uncle Howdy is. But I like that situation. You understand what I'm saying? It kind of confused me a bit when Uncle Howdy hit Bray Wyatt, or he hit him or DDT'd him or whatever the case may be. But I think it was more so because Bray Wyatt was lying and he wasn't being his true self. So Uncle Howdy had to check him type shit. You get me? But either or, that's enough on Bray Wyatt, man. I hope he do come back, and I hope, just give him some time, bro. Like, y'all got to stop trying to rush everything, man. You see what happened when you rush Seth Rollins getting a championship. You seen Monday Night Raw, didn't you? Yeah. Next up, you guys, Money in the Bank predictions, right? Money in the Bank predictions. Any title is up for grabs. Like, I'm not understanding this whatsoever, but any title is up for grabs. I love and hate it. It gives more opportunities, right? Like, for the Intercontinental, the United States Championship, etc., right? You can't even say etc. Yeah, I mean, you can say NXT title, right? But it also has more value with the top championships, right? So when I say LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank contract, because that's who I have, is a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. Yeah, let me talk to you, right? It's more value in him cashing in on Seth Rollins to win the World Heavyweight Championship than it is to cash in on Walter and beat Walter for the Intercontinental. Now, LA Knight, right now, it's not a good idea to put a big title on him. It's not. You need a little bit more. You need a little bit more. Same thing I said about Damian Priest. Right now, applying for a big title would be Bobby Lashley. It would be Edge. It would be Rey Mysterio. It would be Brock Lesnar, of course. It would be Miz, because Miz can just come back and handle that. AJ Styles. It's certain ones that they're applying for. It's not time for Riddle. Like, Riddle, I don't know what it is about Riddle. I used to be a major supporter of Riddle, but I don't know what it was, man. I don't know what it is. I think around the time Randy had left and he had to be back, I think it was because he started using Randy Orton's RKO, and I think I fell out with that. It's like, yo, Randy's still here. Why are you using, even though I know Randy probably gave that to him and allowed him to use it, but it's like, come on, Riddle, man, you got to be you. You got to be you. You get what I'm saying? But I believe more weight is to that Money in the Bank contract if you got it just for the heavy titles, you know, the Universal title and also the World Heavyweight Championship. But I'm not mad at them cashing in on Austin Theory, because that's probably what it's going to be as far as the men are concerned. EO is probably going to win it to challenge Oscar, right? Because that's typical WWE form. Yo, Oscar has it. Now we want EO to win the Money in the Bank contract, and which she's probably going to fail, because they said no woman has cashed in and failed. Every time it's been 100% win rate, in which prompted me to say something about the post, because they had Liv Morgan on there. And I will say this verbally. Liv Morgan has been the worst Money in the Bank winner. The worst. Like, her title reign was horrible. Have you seen her in ring? Like, take your penis out of this situation, take your attraction out of the situation, take your eyes out of the situation as far as like looking at her and being insinuated or lusting behind her. Take that out the equation, right? and just look at her in-ring abilities. This is why I don't understand the beef with people say they don't like Ronda, but yet you like Liv. You understand? Because Ronda came from MMA, but I see Ronda actually giving it a shot and actually learning, but actually keeping what she already know and adapting it into WWE. So I'm a major supporter of Ronda. You understand? I don't understand what she said recently, supposedly, quote unquote, about the women's division, the tag division is trash or whatever the case. Like, you just won your first tag team title. Simmer down. But as a superstar, like, no, I believe Ronda, like, I believe she deserved what she, like, Ronda put Liv Morgan over. This is the shit that we talking about. She put her over twice. You understand? What did they do for Liv Morgan? Nothing, because Liv Morgan does not have those in-ring abilities. Now, she could go learn it. Yes, anybody go learn, go get better. But if she keep continuously coming back and then she trying to tease this Harley Quinn type of character, like, bro, it's not enough. It's not enough. That's why I say Raquel need to get the fuck away from her. You understand what I'm saying? She's gonna drown you. She gonna pull you right down where she at. You understand what I'm saying? But either or, I think they will put Io and Asuka, but I believe it'll be a failed attempt. You feel me? But I, for one, would love to see Io and Asuka as a tag team. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I believe Io's like around my age, and Asuka, if you didn't know, Asuka's like her mid-40s, like lower mid-40s. I'm not tremendous. She looked tremendous, and she moved tremendous for her age. Then normally we see guys do it at that age, right? Bobby, Randy. We see guys do it at that age. AJ, right? But women, it's miraculous. So W for Asuka, and as I said earlier, I believe the same thing is gonna happen with Asuka as it did with Bianca. You know, they said it was a boring title reign and all that other shit. But either or, you guys, let's get into another sponsorship, a little break right quick, and then we're gonna finish the video, you guys, because I know it's been a long one. We almost pushing 2 hours. This is my first one. This is episode 1 to season 2. Cut me some slack, you heard, but hopefully you still with me. I'm gonna get back to you guys after this.
Are you or a loved one tired of playing the lottery and never seeing any real results? Are you ready to make a responsible change? I persuade you to join the Lotto Head community. The Lotto Head community is the only lotto community. And this is where we do not gamble, but we play responsibly. Lotto Head offers tiers from beginner to advanced lottery players. The highest tier even supplies dream digits that are bound to fall in your state or any place there is a lottery. Lotto Head community also offers a service of state-specific forecasts where exact numbers are predicted based on whatever state is requested. Being a Lotto Head teaches you to play less and play smarter. Do you know what a hit sum is? What about a mate? Have you ever did a rundown? For if you said no to any of these, then Lotto Head is for you. Join today at patreon.com/LottoHead, and remember, do not blink or you might miss your blessing.
Lotto Head. Welcome to the Lotto Head community. What blessings happen for you and me? Let's get it. Welcome to the Lotto Head community. Lotto Head.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Title holders and changes. I think Bianca wanted to lose the title. I wholeheartedly believe she wanted to. I alluded to that earlier. I believe she wanted to start from the bottom, and at least she would have some type of TV time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even going back to the Lacey Evans thing, I don't think you should put Bianca versus Lacey Evans. I don't think you should do that. I think you should do Lacey Evans versus Shotzi. Maybe get a storyline for that, because I do not like Shotzi as a good person. I do not like her as a face. I don't understand why you didn't keep the heel. Like, if she's going to be a face, get rid of the green hair. You understand what I'm saying? But she doesn't look like a face. She definitely should be a heel. Lacey Evans, I believe, has the stardom. I believe she has it to be heel and or face. I just think y'all not giving her a shot. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking WWE. I'm talking the WWE universe, the sheep, the idiots. You understand what I'm saying? I think y'all, because y'all can't pick and choose when y'all want to be involved with kayfabe or kayfab or whatever the hell y'all want to call it, or y'all don't want to. One moment you see, oh, this is real. Next moment, oh, she just pretending. She's not really calling my daughter an idiot when we talking about Bailey, you know. But You pick and choose when you want to, and I don't understand why y'all giving so much flack or doing what y'all doing to Lacey Evans. I just don't understand it, because she's one of those talents. You understand what I'm saying? And she held it down during the pandemic. Anyone that held it down for the pandemic, I got nothing but respect for them. That's why you always hear me calling a Bobby Lashley name, a MVP name, a Charlotte Flair was there, Bailey was there, Sasha was there, even though she's not with the company anymore. You have who else back then? You have Bray Wyatt holding it down. You have Braun Strowman holding it down. Roman Reigns came in after that. You understand? So no respect there, because Bray Wyatt was holding it down. Alexa Bliss was holding it down. Randy Orton was holding it down. Edge was holding it down during the pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see these things, like when you're a part of the community like I am, part of the WWE universe, and you see these things, you want these people to be rewarded, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You want these people to be rewarded. There's no reason why Roman Reigns, even though I know the contract and everything like that, but there's no reason why you should feed Drew McIntyre to Roman Reigns when you know what he did during the pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? When y'all was at y'all lowest, when y'all know people wasn't watching. You understand what I'm saying? I was tuning in. You feel me? I was tuning in to the screen, not the live, but the screen, you know, on Hulu. Right? This is not a shout out to Hulu. Hulu, y'all see this, y'all need to go ahead and sponsor the kid. You heard? Lifetime supply of Hulu. You heard? You in the check, you know. But you understand what I'm saying? But as far as the title holders and the changes, right? I think Bianca wanted to lose the title, and I believe she wanted to start from the bottom, just to elevate back up, because the fans don't know what they want, clearly. And you can't put me in that. Please don't put me in that bracket. You can't. But I can accept Bianca starting at the bottom. Don't put her against Lacey, as I said, but you may put her at the bottom, and then you have her go up against somebody like a Xia Li, because I don't even know what y'all was doing with her, even though Xia Li proved to look like she was going to be something. But I think that was on the exit of Vince McMahon, if I'm not mistaken, and he changed shit. I'm not sure, but you put Bianca up against the Chance Carters, right, or the Isla Dons, or I don't know if they on the SmackDown show, but you know, you put them up against little stars like that. They lose, but is a good match, right? You have Bianca try to shake their hand or whatever, and maybe you put up against I don't know, man. I'm not looking at the SmackDown roster right now, but I believe she wanted to lose that championship. And we talking about the EST of WWE. Like, they know WWE, they know where the money is. They know, I know the merch sale for EST is out of this world. I know it is. Because I know y'all got the little ponytail and all that other shit, you feel me? But I heard about her possibly changing heel, like changing to heel. Like, I'm all for it. You feel me? I'm all for her changing into heel, especially the way the WWE Universe has been talking about her title reign was stale and, you know, all this other shit. Like, I'm all for her turning heel. You understand what I'm saying? Now, speaking of heel, Charlotte, I didn't like Charlotte face turn at all. You feel me? Like, it was like, you know what I mean? But I guess she did it because she did end up giving the championship to Rhea Ripley, right? She gave the title to Rhea, and Rhea hasn't done anything with it, but nobody's calling that out. I see a couple of people calling it out, right? But Rhea hasn't done anything with it. Rhea's job is to babysit Dominic. I don't know if y'all are aware, but Dominic, last name is Mysterio. That's Rey Mysterio's son. And Rey Mysterio, once he's retired and he's gone, Dominic is going to be the one that's going to be, because they deal with royal families, you know, Cody Rhodes, you know Roman Reigns, royal, like Mysterio. They want, trust me, now WWE, let me know if I'm wrong, they want Dominic to be a star. The problem with that is that Dominic, I don't think he cared enough. I don't think he's passionate. Like, you see, I just sat here and spoke almost a whole 2 hours, damn near 2 hours, about WWE shenanigans. I don't think he's passionate enough to like Liv Morgan. I don't think he care enough to actually push the envelope forward. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how you be around your pops ever since you was younger, and you can't even hit the Three Amigos when you get in the ring. You can barely hit them. Now, me, I've not been, working out or wrestling, or grew up with my pops being a legend, and so I probably could get in that bitch and hit him better than he hit him, But my point is, Dominic, he hasn't showed. Dominic can bump. I give him that. He can take bumps. I give him that. But like his offense is just not there. Like my boy, how you talk shit to your pops, but yet you still using his move set. Like I'm gonna need you to change. I'm gonna need you to copy somebody else's move set and put it on your my player. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be this high flyer luchador and you this heel talking shit to your father. You get what I'm saying? Like my point is, it is not about Rhea Ripley. No, it is about Dominic. You understand what I'm saying? So Dominic is the one that they want for the future. I'm not saying that Rhea's not gonna be around. I'm just saying at this point in time, it's about Dominic. You want WWE, listen to me. You want me to tell you what the problem is with Dominic? It's his hair. He has a fucking mullet. And I seen that y'all said that he rock his hair like Eddie Guerrero. It's a difference. Eddie was stopped. He was stocky. You believe that was an essay? You believe that? Dominic is a good kid. Going back to the Ja Morant situation, he's a good kid. He's a good kid that was raised by a legend, Rey Mysterio. I don't believe, and then you put the little teardrop on his shit. You know, he was in jail. You playing with fire when you do shit like that. You understand? Because imagine the brothers that watch your product and really spent time behind them balls. Imagine how they feel. Right? Someone may laugh at it like he wanted no damn, but someone may take it to heart like, yo, motherfucker went through pain and shit in there. Motherfucker, moms died when he was locked up, and you see him making a mockery of it, and you literally didn't go no fucking way, but you got a storyline for it. I understand the storyline. Let me tell you how he fixed that Dominic situation. I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was Backlash, whenever it was, when he went up against Ray and he had that intro with the police and everything, he was handcuffed. Why aren't your mullet, why wasn't it cornrowed? Why wasn't it braided? Something. Or cut it off, damn it. Do something. Grow your beard out. Like you don't look like a tough guy at all. So that's not going to work. That's why they stay booing your ass. You boo when you try to hit, cause like bro, it's not believable. It's not believable, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that because Rhea Ripley, her title, now of course I'm making this now, they can change it, but I wholeheartedly believe it's gonna be somebody gonna end up, Charlotte may come back and take it or whatever the case may be, but I don't think it was, they put it on her to lift Dominic. So Rhea Ripley's title reign right now is to help Dominic. Not to help Rhea, it's to help Dominic. You understand what I'm saying? Like he needed, but my opinion, I don't think he's passionate enough to want it. Once that passion kick in and he realized that he's a part of history, like real shit, then I think he'll go to the drawing board like, you know what? Let me go back to NXT. You know what? Let me get this right. You understand? Let me get some power bombs going on. Let me tone up. Like, bro, you've been doing this for how many years now and you ain't toned up at all? You understand? That's another reason why I don't take Jimmy as serious as Jey Uso, because Jey Uso toned the fuck up. You understand? I appreciate that. You understand what I'm saying? We talking about the WWE product, baby. You understand what I'm saying? On that topic, Roman is finally getting put down. You love to see it. The tribal chump, acknowledge me. He's finally getting put the fuck down, and I love it. You heard? I love it. My only regret in this situation is I hope Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso or fucking Solo is not the one to dethrone Roman. That's such a waste. That is such a waste. I'm telling you right now, Cody is the number one that I want to dethrone Roman. And if it's not going to be Cody, it definitely should be the almighty Bobby Lashley. And if it's not almighty Bobby Lashley, do not ruin Bobby Lashley by going up against Roman Reigns. You're fucking up your product. You understand what I'm saying? That's a beast. You understand? You fucked it up with Brock. You fucked it up with Drew. You don't do it with Bobby. Leave that alone. If you're not gonna have him beat him, that shouldn't happen at all. That shouldn't happen at all. And if it do happen, it's not for the titles. Just some shit, and then maybe Roman Reigns get the fuck out of Dodge. He run like a little bitch because he has no help, and and just leave it there. Nothing like a title match or nothing like that, because if it's not gonna leave his hands, there's no need to ruin Bobby. You understand what I'm saying? Bobby can lose to a Bronson Reed. He can lose to a Austin Theory. He can lose to a Seth Rollins. Like, this is Bobby putting him over. Bobby been in the game for years. You understand? But when you have Bobby and then you have Roman Reigns, you can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing I would say with Bray Wyatt. You can't put, because Bray Wyatt is the reason why Roman Reigns had the title anyway. He beat Bray Wyatt, if I'm not mistaken, right, for the Universal title. You can't put Bray Wyatt up against Roman Reigns, because now we see the family is getting away from him. So now he has no protection. Now we have the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, show up. And it's like, yo, you tried to hide behind your family. You tried to do this and that and that. We talking about a genius in Bray Wyatt. Now it's, oh shit, ain't no way he gonna make his way out of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. Maybe you extend that. Bray Wyatt, you know, with the sweater and the Mr. Rogers shit. And then when he fell there, now he bring the Fiend back out. You understand what I'm saying? You can't not let Bray Wyatt win that, or let Bobby Lashley win that. You understand what I'm saying? We not talking about no comeback arounds like Drew McIntyre come back and he beat him. Or I give you one more, Randy Orton. You can't have Randy Orton come back and lose to no fucking Roman Reigns. You understand what I'm saying? But either or, Jay is the only person to benefit from Roman Reigns' reign, if you will. He's been the only one that really got put over. And I would like to say it was like 10% Roman Reigns and 90% Jey Uso, because Jey Uso, I don't know if y'all paid attention during the pandemic up until this point, Jey Uso, he toned the fuck up. And I respect it, because it let me know, oh no, he taking this shit. His pops did this, I'm doing this. Is what I love this shit. Then his brother Jimmy, I don't think his brother take this shit that serious. You understand? I appreciate what Jimmy did though. I love how Jimmy is the one who set it off. Knocked Roman head off his shoulders. Bow! Wait with it. Bow! You know, super kicked him. I love that. But like, let's be real. The only person that Roman has put over during this whole title reign, this whole bloodline shit, has been Jay. And mind you, Jay never quit. Jay never quit. Jimmy came out with a fucking towel and quit for him. And from that day forward, we had this bloodline bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So Jay is the only one, because he said that's my right hand man. Main event Jey Uso. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I believe Jey Uso when Jey Uso's out there performing, whether he's losing, winning, or whatever the case may be. I believe it. I believe Jimmy too, but Jimmy get pinned more than any goddamn thing, because you can look at Jimmy and tell he's just a Uso. That's it. You know what I mean? I can see Jay as a future champion. I can't really see Jimmy, and there ain't no disrespect to Jimmy, but I don't see it. You understand what I'm saying here? But which brings me to my last point. Solo is a joke. When he was at NXT, because I was watching it, I'm thinking, yo, it's perfect for him to show up and tell the Usos like, yo, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Like we that. Why are y'all running behind him like two bitches? Like, I'm thinking that's what Solo was coming, because his name is Solo. It's a Solo Sequoia. You're an oxymoron. You know what that mean? You're a walking contradiction. You understand? How can you be Solo, but you ran with Roman, the Usos, Paul Heyman, and God knows whoever else? You're not Solo. You just call yourself Sequoia. Sequoia. You understand what I'm saying? Ends with an A. That's a female name. Sequoia. Hey girl. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was a disappointment. If you follow along with NXT and how that shit went, then you find out, oh shit, that's the Usos, brother. That was a disappointment, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all wasted Solo. Solo, you got wasted. You heard? You got hurt, because now when Roman's gone, Jay gonna be alright. Jimmy gonna be alright. Solo, am I gonna believe it? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna believe Solo beating anybody unless he, start from the scratch like Austin Theory did. Because Theory's impressive. Don't get it twisted. He's impressive. Solo, man, he was impressive at NXT when he was standing on his own too. Now he's Roman's little bitch dog. You more of a bitch than Jay was. You understand? I know it's a character. This ain't nothing personal. I'm just saying. Horrible. Either or, you guys. We already at about 2 hours, man. I was gonna get into a picture that we seen about Little Mermaid. It was something going on, but I might save that for the next podcast and the next episode, because I did not plan for this to be no 2 hours. But this is the premiere, if you will, the season premiere of Twin Talk season 2. You heard? But that concludes this episode of Twin Talk podcast. Please subscribe if you have not done so, and remember, they might pose the process, but you never gonna stop the progress. Till next time, it's been your boy Twin. Be yourself or be everybody else. And I'm out. Peace.